So this game sort of came as a pleasant surprise. Festival of Blood is a non-canon spin-off that is set during Infamous 2, and even though it completely strayed away from the tone of the series, I thought it looked awesome. It looked like a new and dark take on the series filled with horror elements and a ton of gore, even though the blood that was promised in the trailer was removed in the final release. There are no direct story connections to the previous entries, so newcomers can enjoy the experience without prior knowledge. The story begins as Zeke is trying to impress a girl at the bar by telling a story about how he saved Cole from eternal damnation. It begins as Cole is captured by a clan of vampires under the cathedral in New Marais, and they use him to awaken this ancient vampire named Bloody Mary. As she springs to life, she bites Cole on the neck and states that when the sun rises, he will become her undead slave. With the help of Zeke, Cole sets off to find a way to cure himself within 8 hours before his fate is sealed. Karma is not present in this game, but instead, you have a blood meter that allows you to use your newly acquired vampire abilities. You can bite any random citizen to fill your blood meter, and these new abilities include Vampire Vision that allows you to find hidden collectibles, and the ability to fly as a flock of bats, which is awesome. Despite that, I really wish Karma was an element because that would be really cool and it would work in with the narrative, like, is it justified to attack people when your soul is on the line? I feel like it might have been considered, but then dropped just to meet a deadline. Anyone who's played Infamous 2 will already be familiar with the gameplay, as it is pretty much unchanged. The vampire enemies aren't very diverse, but they are still challenging. You have the standard enemies, the agile ones, and these massive firstborn vampires that can disguise themselves as ordinary people. Cole's melee weapon has been replaced with a stake, and it is the only way to really defeat these vampires once they're down. User-generated content makes a return, and while some of these features are limited too, they are fun and help make up for the lack of side missions. The biggest problem I have with this game is that it is too damn short. Yeah, you can get through it in about 2 hours, and there is hardly enough content to provide any replay value. Other than that, I still think it's good with its familiar gameplay and setting, dark tone, and great voice acting. If you are a fan like me, then I would recommend it. It's a bite-sized package? Sorry. But it's definitely worth the money.